Hello, y'all. It is time to breathe again on the latest Bofa Sports webcast, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You see us together, Patrick and Charles. And Patrick, so we know it is difficult to say something has not worked and it's time to start over. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you, Ed.
There he is.
But it is difficult to say this is not working. It's time to go another direction with things. And
Depending on what it is. Come on.
And a lot of people, especially if it's something, all right, so let's put it this way. If it's something that you've been building up for a while and you feel like whatever moves you put in place was going to work, but they haven't worked. And now you have to sit down and say, it's time to just hit the reset button and start over, see if we can build this thing from scratch. So with that in mind, let's give the Miami Dolphins some credit for just, yeah, my bad. I'm a little late.
That ready. You should have had that ready.
I wasn't on that page where you could go to the assets, the media assets. I just see the comments. But the Miami Dolphins have said they are going to basically do just that. Hit the reset button. Of course, they let Mike McDaniel go as the head coach. I think he is now the offensive coordinator for the Chargers, I believe. And then to yesterday, I'll have to check that with the Chargers, but I think he did become the offensive coordinator with the Chargers again. But then Tyreek Hill gets released, Bradley Chubb gets released, and I guess we'll wait and see what they do with Tua. Because I don't think they're moving that contract in any type of a trade. There's no one trying to take 50-55 million for Tua. No one's trying to do that.
He ain't worth 50-55 million.
Anyone's trying to do that.
He worked like with all those concussions he's like worth maybe 10, maybe $12.
Well, look, I don't
maybe $12.50. I give him $12.50 and he can come and play for Atlanta. Just get Kirk Cousins out of there.
Kirk Cousins is already gone. They're probably going to release him, well, that's what they said. They said they're probably going to let him go. So there goes that problem for you. But I don't. Miami, they now have a new head coach in place, the coordinator, who used to be the defense coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. And now they're saying, hey, let's go ahead, tear this down. Let's get a different culture in there, a tougher culture. I know this is Miami we're talking about, so there's a lot of flash. There's a lot of glamour that comes with being in Miami. And of course, offense is going to be the thing that's going to sell down there. But it's been a while since Miami has had a squad that you would think could potentially, I don't know.
Well, it's been a while since that Miami's even had a team that's had any grit about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, like you said, it's always been a really finesse team. And I mean, no offense to Tyreek Hill, but I mean that was just adding to the finesse. You know, I mean he's a tough player, but he's more of a player that adapts to what his surroundings are. I mean, look at what he did in Kansas City. He was a very tough player there, but he was surrounded by tough people. Then he gets to Miami, and then he becomes very finesse. You know, so I mean, I had a friend text me. He goes, Tyreek to Atlanta, and I was like, we don't even have a quarterback, so nobody can even get him the ball yet. You know, Aaron knows how I feel about that. I mean, he understands not having a quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yes, and I want to see how Miami goes about this rebuild. Look, frankly, there's other teams that are probably long overdue to hit that reset button and just start over because they're in Miami was in that spot. That spot you don't necessarily want to be in. You're not quite bad enough to get one of the top draft picks or do something with the draft, and you're not quite good enough to compete for a championship. You were always this team that was wild card-ish, if that, and then you're going out in the wild card round and you come back, you run the same thing back over and over and over again, and now, yeah, not getting anywhere. Nothing. Everything is stagnant. Everything's just the same. So now Miami can look at, and look, there are teams they can look at for some sort of a model. You know, with a lot of these things, everything is kind of copycat. So if something is working, most teams are going to try to duplicate that.
Even if look at Detroit.
Yeah,
and look at Detroit. Look at what they did to get their start. Go and look at what Kansas City and Denver did. I mean, those are really good blueprints. You know, now obviously you got to go back 10 years to get what Kansas City did, but those are really good blueprints to getting maybe possibly off to a faster start than some of these teams have done in the past. But I mean, dude, what Detroit did, finally, they spent some money on their offensive line and look, oh no, we made the playoffs. Oh, surprise, surprise. You would have done that with Matthew Stafford, you probably would have had 3 rings. Just saying.
Yeah, and you can also look at Seattle because that now that they do have a defensive coach in place, maybe he can be the guy to bring a little bit of toughness there in that regard, and just build the team. Like that's what you really want to do. You have to be able to build the team. So you talked about being tough. You talked about being gritty. That starts on the line of scrimmages. You got to have a tough offensive line who wants to go in there and mash people. Oh, by the way, yes, Mike McDaniel is the offensive coordinator of the Chargers now. So maybe the Chargers become soft too. I don't know. But
oh well, you know. Hopefully they don't become softer than what they are.
Yeah, that's true. Being out there in LA, I don't know. That's another glamorous city, as we know. But I think that's where you got to start it. So if you have a defensive-minded head coach who can start to bring a little bit of toughness in there, right? And that's the thing, Jeff Hafley, who was, of course, the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. So if Jeff Hafley is going to come in there and bring some toughness, build up the defensive line, build up the offensive line, have a team that is going to hit people, who is not afraid to get dirty, who's not afraid to get the toughness, the grittiness going. Because you have to be able, you want to have a team that can travel and play anywhere. So, yes, obviously, you're playing in Miami. It's warm all the time. It is, let's see what Aaron says. He says, defensive head coaches don't do well unless the defense is so good it can garner a nickname. Well, that is true. A lot of defenses that are good do have some sort of a nickname with them. I don't know what that would be in Miami necessarily, but just
give me a couple minutes. I'll think of one.
But just as long as you can get a defense that can travel, when you can run the ball and play good defense, you have a chance to win any game you go out there to play.
The metrosexuals of doom.
Terrible. Terrible. But
hey, look, that was better than anything that happened with like Deflategate and whatever other cheat gate that they came up with in New England.
I think Aaron was going somewhere along the lines of like the fearsome foursome or the purple people eaters on the curtain, not the metal. What'd you say?
The metrosexuals of doom.
And so, but
Pretty,
whatever that
pretty
day,
people.
he said, Pat is on it. What, Aaron?
Told you, Charles. Told you.
Yep. See that Aaron said, "Yep." He cleaned it up. Yep. He meant
no. Aaron, you had it right the first time. You had it right first time. Charles is never right.
But whatever you do, you want to make sure that team can play anywhere. It's Miami. It's warm year round, pretty much. But there's going to come those times, and we've seen it happen over the years, where Miami is going to have to go to a cold weather environment, like Kansas City a couple years ago with those below zero temperatures, and they could not move. They couldn't play in it. And the teams that can go, who have a team that's built to travel and go to all these different places, can play in rain, sleet, snow, hail, sun, cold, whatever it is. Those are the teams that are going to win. And Miami has not had that. Like you said from the beginning, Patrick, Miami has not really had that team for a long time. And Aaron, just work with me here. All right. I know not most teams can play in -20. I get it. But there are teams. Okay. There are teams who can handle it a little bit better. Can you give me that, Aaron? Can you give me that one? And so
what team can handle it? -20. Oh, look, you know my theory. Because once it's below 32, it's just effing cold. There's no degree to it after that. It's just cold. So you ain't getting me playing in no -20. You ain't getting me playing in 30. Yeah, that's the positive side.
I don't know if you played at 50, Patrick. I mean, for how many minutes?
Like 2 or 3.
Yes.
And then I'm out. I gotta go back to I gotta go get me a hot shower and get ready for this afternoon's festivities.
But
you can play football in the cold weather.
But the thing is, with there are other teams like we were talking about that can probably use that reset of we're stuck. We're right here. I can name a few right off the top of my head. The Pittsburgh Steelers are one. Shoot, the Chargers are one. That just continuously be in that wild card situation. They may be able to have some wins. I mean, the Steelers did have 10 wins last year. The Chargers had 11 wins last year, but gone in the wild card. And that they can't seem to get past that point. I'm sure there's other teams. Okay, here's another team, the Dallas Cowboys. They continue to run the same stuff out there, and they can't even make the playoffs. What are they doing? Well, Jerry Jones, I get it. But
that's the only reason why right there.
But at some point, there has to be a realization of what we are doing. It is not happening. And it really just goes, it makes you ask the question, is it really just, I guess we can kind of answer this, but is it really just about money, just going in and just trying to put people in the seats and you're not really worried about winning? I think for a good amount of these teams, especially for the ones that we have mentioned, that's pretty much the reason, because they keep running the same stuff out there and they know the fans are probably going to come to their games anyway because it's the NFL. So that's why when a team, so you're going to see it with Miami, they're hitting the reset button, and fans are going to get impatient with it because it's going to take a little bit. But Miami is in a division with the Patriots and the Bills. So right there, they're going to have a little bit of issue. But I guess they have what you were talking about with the stories, the Patriots. Patriots are able to turn it around in a year, and now they were in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's the hope.
That would be the hope. But you know what? I'll say this. You want to take a lesson on toughness? Go watch that ladies U.S. hockey team. They're tough. They 4-0, baby. Going for gold, baby. Going for gold.
I feel like a lot of the women's sports show toughness. I really do.
They do. I mean, look, women's basketball is so they get away with everything. I mean, it takes somebody like really fighting to get a foul in women's. I mean, dude, they allow every. I would say this: if we watch basketball, it's almost more entertaining to watch women's, like the WMMA, over the NBA. The NBA is just a bunch of pansy little women. I mean, those are the soft women right there. I don't even stand watching basketball, dude.
The product is bad, and we'll talk about the NBA here in a little bit. But yeah, the product, the regular season, it's not. Aaron said WMMA. Yeah, so Aaron, that is what Patrick.
That's what I call the WNBA.
Yes, that's what he had called the WNBA because, I know you probably remember this. Remember when Sophie Cunningham had gotten into it with a few of the players standing up for Caitlin Clark, and it was her holding down old girl. She just grabbed her head, held her down.
She controlled that whole situation with one hand while everybody went on her. I was like, yeah, that's the WMMA right there.
See, so there you go, Aaron.
She is my favorite since that happened. Yeah, she is.
Yep. So that's where Patrick said, "Yeah, this is the WMMA," and that incident wasn't the only near fight that was happening. I mean, it was and the flagrant fouls that was coming. I mean, these women, they were hammering each other.
Oh yeah. If men got away with that, there would be a lot of no blood, no foul kind of thing. Bro, there'd be blood everywhere.
Oh goodness. So yeah, so we'll see what the Dolphins and some of these other teams do, whether they just decide they're going to hit the reset button or not. But good on the Dolphins to say we need to go ahead and
it's about time.
Yeah, reboot this because what we're doing is not working. We're a soft football team because that's what the Dolphins are. The Dolphins are soft. This coming from a guy sitting down, and I know there's a bunch of 300-pounders that's out there, but with the Dolphin style has been soft, and it's time to get a change, get some toughness in there, and see what they can come up with. Rebuild that roster, get some dudes who are willing to go out there and grind, and they ain't just worried about getting a paycheck. Let's move on over to a couple of items in college sports. So these items happened, I'd say about a week ago, but we didn't get the chance to talk about it. And so I figured it'd be a good time to bring it up. And it has to do with eligibility issues. So eligibility issues. Can't talk right now. So with the first one, we'll go over on the football side. And remember, we were talking about Trinidad Chambliss last week a little bit, trying to figure out what school he went to before going to Ole Miss, which of course it was Ferris State. Well, he got he's going to get an extra year of eligibility, so he'll be back at Ole Miss next year. The court ruled that the NCAA, go figure, didn't do their due diligence. Of course they didn't. When
do they ever? They only do their due diligence when it's like convenient for them.
Right. But Chambliss had a medical red shirt. And I'm trying to remember when that year was. Let me see. His medical red shirt. It
was like what, 2016, right?
No, 2022. So they actually denied him. They denied him the medical red shirt for the 2022 season. And what that did basically is take away a year of eligibility from him. This was when he was still, of course, at Ferris State. So now here comes this year. He has the run through the college football playoff. Of course, the game against Georgia, he really showed up there and had a good game against Miami as well. But of course, that ended up in a loss. So he went to the courts, fought for his extra year of eligibility, and he got it. So he'll be back. I don't think this is one of those cases that is. I don't think it's like the norm. Like, you know how guys, they'll go to court trying to get some sort of like COVID exception for 3 years, and then you got guys trying to just continue to build up their helmet sticker collection. This was a legit. Hey, I played 3-4 years or however many years I feel like I get eligibility. And
well, dude, dude, just go pro. I mean, like, what do you? I guess he's going to try to achieve a national championship. Obviously, I get that, but just go pro.
So, I guess the question,
your bags, man.
I guess the question with that, Patrick, is, well, a couple of things. One, where was his draft prospects? So this dude was supposed to.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. He's probably like, oh, I'm going in the 4th round.
Yeah,
I need that. I need that 1st round money.
And the second question is, so the quarterback class that is coming out, it's not that good. It's basically Fernando Mendoza and everybody else. So let's say Trinidad Chambliss decided he was going to go pro. He might be. I can see him being the second QB.
Maybe.
Yep, second or third. But Patrick, are you trying to go to the Jets? Are you trying? Are you
That's
trying
a good point too. But you know me, absolutely, because I don't give a crap as long as the check clears.
Yeah, see you.
Everybody tells me I'm a sellout, and I'm like, and well, you think that hurts my feelings? Oh, I'm gonna sell out all the way to the bank.
Well, I think everybody wants to get paid in some way, shape, or form. Everybody's trying to get their market value, but do you want your career due before it starts?
No, to be honest with you, like that'd be the one team. There's 2 teams that I just could not go to. The New York Jets is obviously one of them. Like right now, I cannot go to the Jets. And you know who the second one is. I'm not going there. I don't care. They're like Super Bowl favorites, and I'm like, no, not go.
You don't want to go to the Saints?
No, I'm not going to the Saints. There's no way.
But
I won't go to the Yankees either. I can't stand pinstripes. Like, pinstripes in my life.
That'd be funny. Like this, so the Yankees come out with pinstripes, and then here you come in the plain jersey. No pinstripes whatsoever.
No pinstripes whatsoever. They're like, are you going to wear your pants up to your knees? Absolutely not. That is the stupidest look I've ever seen in my life. Everybody's like, oh, that's the baseball look. And I'm like, that is the dumbest look I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, boy.
I can't stand pinstripes, and I can't stand when and dude, it's an art. It's an art to get your pants to come up to your knees. And there's so much tucking and this, that, and whatever, and I'm like, I'm not spending 20 minutes tucking my pants. I'll put my socks on, I'll put my pants over my socks, and I'm gonna go play baseball. That's it. Like, I'm not doing all that.
Oh goodness. So
Perhaps though, absolutely not. Never.
So I could see Chambliss saying, "Oh, let's see, who's these top 5 6 teams. Ooh, the Jets are in there. Ooh, the Browns might be in there. Oh, nah, dude. Nah. And I'm getting NIL money. Yeah, I'll come back to college. Now before you would see these dudes like running to go pro because there was no NIL money available. So they're trying to get to the league so they could get some of that money, get some of that payday. Even if it was a 3rd, 4th round deal, I mean, that's still
more money than what you're making now.
Yeah,
making zero.
It's still in the middle. It's still in the million. So you'll still get like 3-4 million with that contract. And so now
minimum wage like 900,000.
Yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, like your water boys, basically. Your second or third
$47 an hour.
Yeah.
With incentives. Your water
second,
boy has making $47 an hour with incentives, bonus, and like full benefits. What do you do for a living? Hand water out. How much you make? I don't know, some $150,000, $200,000 a year, something like that. And you're a water boy? Somebody's got to loosen up the quarterback's arm. Whatever.
Yeah, your second or third string, they're still making 6 figures. So even if your projections is, I can go in the 6th round, man, I'm still making $850,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, you ever seen that show Blue Mountain State?
Yes, I have.
I'll be Alex Moran. I'll be Alex Moran. I ain't got no problem with that. Fight your entire college career just to be second string. Oh yeah. Dude. Get all the benefits of first string without all the repercussions of it too.
Mm-hmm. So I could definitely see Chambliss doing that. But I guess his thing was, hey, I'm gonna come back to college. And it could be he didn't think his stock would be that high. So let me go back to college, build that stock up a little bit, and put some more film on tape, some tape on film, or whichever one. Go ahead and put some more tape out there for people to see. And
more film on tape or tape on, that seems the same.
I know. Yeah. So that's
like, let's put shirts on shirts, or pants on pants.
Yeah.
It is what it is, Charles. It is what it is. Look, you know what? Let's not go in that direction ever again.
No, what? You don't want to go with the internet is the internet? No.
I do. No, the internet is the internet. I can understand that, but let's put more film on tape. Let's not go in that direction again.
Goodness.
Again.
But get some more. Get some more. Never mind. No, I can't.
Yeah, let's just. You know what? Look, we'll put a pin in it and we'll come back after hours.
Yeah.
We're not going to go in there anymore. We're good. Moving on. What's the next topic?
But no, it's good to. I think it'll be good for him to go on back and maybe boost the draft stock. If it was a 3rd or 4th round, he could get up to the 2nd round and perhaps the 1st round. Although it does seem like, from projections, and of course we'll see how the college football season goes, but it looks like the quarterbacks who could come out next year, it could be a loaded class. I guess a lot will depend on how everything goes during next year, but projections say the quarterback pool should be more stocked than what we're seeing this year.
What would be funny is that if he comes out and he just blows the competition away, and then he ends up on the Jets anyway.
I know.
Because let's be honest. The Jets are going to have first round. They're going to be like first to pick for the next 8, 12 years. You know what I mean?
And see, how does that feel when you are constantly hitting the reset button and you still can't get right?
I know, right? It's like, we're going to hit the reset button this year. Didn't we hit it last year? Well, but it's going to work this time. We're gonna ruin somebody else's career. Go. Whose career we're ruining this year? It has to be bad. I don't know. That feeling would make me so mad as an owner. They're so excited when they're like, oh, we're gonna get to pick first. Yeah, we're gonna change so many lives, and you're like, you've picked first for the past 4 years, bro, and the only thing you've changed is the year.
And Patrick, you talk about the owner. I mean, Woody Johnson's almost as bad as Jerry, man.
Yeah. Almost. Because there's nobody worse than Jerry Jones, dude. Nobody. I don't care who you are. You got to try really freaking hard to be worse than Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones will move some money around and be worse than you. No, there's nobody worse than Jerry Jones. Nobody.
I mean, Woody Johnson's pretty close for the Jets.
You got to put in work. You got to put in work and overtime to be worse than Jerry Jones, bro. No, nobody worse than Jerry Jones.
And the other topic,
it's so natural to him. Jerry Jones, like, yeah, you be worse than me.
The other topic,
Sanders again.
The other topic that has to do with eligibility is over on the basketball side. So there is a basketball player. You might have heard of this one, Patrick. Alabama had a basketball player.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who hasn't heard of this one?
This is crazy, isn't it? That is really crazy.
I mean, even the fans are yelling at him.
G League dropout. That's funny. But his name is Charles Bediako. Yeah, Bediako. Bediako. I don't know if I got
practice that before you came on screen.
And it's okay, man. Normally I'm good with these names, but it's okay. Bediako. And so if I mess it up, I apologize. But he was with Bama. And then he went to the NBA, signed a 2-way contract in 2023, and played the past 3 seasons in the G League and said, yo, man, come back to college. What's up? And then...
Yeah, come on, man. COVID screwed me up, and I need 2 more years.
That's wild. And now the court ruled, you're ineligible, dude. No, you cannot come back to college after playing in the G League. And all right, look, we get on the NCAA for their constant garbageness all the time. But this rule is pretty clear. You can't go pro and play and then come back to college to play basketball some more.
Right, nothing ever happened.
You can't do that. That is as clear as day. And the fact that
he didn't get to play. I mean, like it was a few.
Yeah, but the fact that he even got to play a few games is wild to me.
Yeah, those games should have been asterisked and I mean, dude, that's the same as taking PEDs. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, and let me tell you, a live update, bro. Live update. Here we go. How about NC State?
Oh, they beat North Carolina.
They are. Well, there's 30 seconds left, and it's 58-82.
Yeah, so North Carolina, they have some injuries. I know Caleb Wilson, the super freshman they have, he's out. He has a broken or a fractured hand, but they don't know when he could come back. But yeah, I expected North Carolina to take a couple of losses coming down the stretch if he's not going to be in there. see if he could come back, because hey, they had just beaten Duke a week or so ago, and now I mean Duke's rolling. They have a game coming up with Michigan on Saturday. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah,
I'm going to want to.
Michigan's ranked 1 now, right? Didn't
Yeah,
they lose 1 this week.
They sure did. Because Arizona lost to Texas Tech on Saturday, and the Monday before this past one, they got beat by Kansas. So they caused a couple losses. I think Arizona plays BYU, and then they'll be at Houston on Saturday. Iowa State, speaking of Houston, Iowa State beat Houston yesterday.
I was supposed to say, didn't Houston take us a loss? I mean, that one was close though.
Oh yeah, 70-67. And I mean, look, college basketball this year, it feels like we're saying that more and more as the years go along. But even last year, you had all 4 number 1 seeds make the Final Four, with Florida, Duke, Auburn, and Houston. All 4 of them were number 1 seeds, and they made the Final Four last year. I don't see that happening this year. I think there's a lot of good teams this year, and so it's going to be fun to see how March Madness turns out. I mean, UConn was looking strong, but St. John's beat them. Arizona, we talked about the 2 losses they caught, and
look, dude, you got. I mean, as of right now, I mean, like SMU is beating Louisville right now. What was the other one? Rhode Island. Rhode Island's beat St. Louis right now. I mean, now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of time in both of those games, but I mean, that just tells you how close. I mean, that tells you how close it is right there, just in those 2 games and what it looks like moving throughout the rest of the season. And yeah, I agree with you, because I'm starting to pick up on. I'm starting to pick up on a little bit of basketball right now. I mean, dude, obviously you know where my head is already at. You know what I mean? So I've been having a lot of fun with watching. Dude, I don't know if you have you been watching any of the baseball?
A little bit.
Dude, teams out there this year.
So LSU's the defending champion, right?
Yeah, LSU won last year.
Okay. So yeah, I'll have to, I'll get into it. It'll probably be another, I'll say, month for me, because I'll be about college basketball and seeing how everything falls through with March Madness. But
I normally I'll watch baseball all the way up until March Madness starts. Then baseball kind of slides off to the side. I'll watch March Madness, and then as soon as I see that winner, right back to baseball, baby, dude. And it's going to be this year. I can tell you, how you were talking about how baseball, like, you don't see, or in basketball, you're not going to look at a bunch of number 1s going to the Final Four, bro. This might be a year where we see it. You remember, when was it? 2008, when Fresno State beat Georgia. I think it was 2008.
Yeah.
And that was a Cinderella team. They were a 16th ranked team that year. You might see that again this year. And I can tell you, like, there's some really good ones out there. Like Coastal Carolina, phenomenal team, dude. They're going to be a gritty team. So you'll have to watch out for them. I mean, Georgia is one of those teams that got ranked number 1 in transfer and recruiting, and they just lost to Wichita State in the 3rd game. You know what I mean? So that, if that tells you like where a lot of these teams are going to be at, I mean, like, there is so many good teams. I've just been eating it up. The Baylor kid, Tyrese Armstrong. What?
I thought it was Tice Armstrong.
Tice, that's what it was. Tice Armstrong. Yeah. I got so many names in my head, dude. Because I'm trying to.
Hey, Patrick, both of us have to work on names. That's something that we will get right next week.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, look, I guess in closing, with the eligibility issues that are that come up where you have these guys file for injunctions just trying to get some playing time. I mean, look, if you Bediako and you are trying to go back to college because basically you can't make it. You cannot make it in the pros. You played in the G League for 3 years. And what is the G League anyway? Like, that's a question I have. Well, it just seems like the same players are in the G League and there's no development either. None of these dudes really get called up to the NBA. Like, what is the G League?
It's a placeholder. That's all that is a placeholder.
It just seems to me.
I'll say this. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you finish and then I'll say my piece.
I'm sorry. No, I was just gonna say it just seems like I don't know where the player development is with the G League.
Well, it's because if you remember many years back, there was a lot of people that got brought up from the G League. You know what I mean? And because we watched them year after year, I mean, injuries would happen. You would have to put somebody from the G League, bring them up so that you could fill your roster, right? You don't see that much anymore because of the whole what they call like where everybody's resting. I can't remember what they call it. Load management. Yeah. So if you're going to load manage, like say for example, like when we watched basketball and we had Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, and the list goes on and on and on. I mean, I said those three, but then you still got Clyde Drexler. You know, these people did not come off the court just because they solidified a number one spot. They played 82 games. If they could physically play, they played it. I mean, everybody remembers the Michael Jordan flu, right? If they were physically able to play, they played. There was no pulling them out. There's no load management. So there's a higher risk of getting all of those injuries, right? So then you have to have a good development in the G League because you never know what could happen. Now you got load management and these guys are like, oh, well, we're playing I don't know, set team, whoever, and they're like 7-41. Sit our best players and let the bench take care of that. You know what I mean? And you didn't see that when we were younger. We saw the best players playing every single night. Now you got load management, and now you just don't see a lot of money being thrown into the G League like that anymore. So
it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, I mean, and I kind of looked at it a little bit because topics of conversation come up because I was talking to a guy and he was like, said the same thing. He's like, I don't know why LeBron's son, Bronny, he's like, I don't know why he's at the Lakers still. And I was like, well, that's because Daddy made sure that he's getting development because he knows that if he goes back to the G League, he's not gonna go anywhere. So he's fighting that battle right now to keep him in the pros so that he doesn't go back there because Bronny will be back in college and
gonna be like Bediako.
Yeah. Trying to get into college and be like, look, I only played 6 games in college, and I need my time in college. No, bro, no. You already played in the pros, man, and now when Daddy does decide to stop cherry picking and retire, wonder where Bronny goes.
Yeah,
he takes a pay cut and goes to the G League.
I just wonder. Aaron pointed it out about North Carolina getting dog walked by NC State. Yep. So Patrick was just talking about that about a few minutes ago. We had a nice conversation about the the college basketball and what's coming up, because these teams are really, really kind
And
of close.
SMU just beat Louisville too.
Yeah, and
Rhode Island just beat St. Louis.
Aaron, do not apologize, Aaron. There is okay. You do not need. Out of all people, you don't need to apologize.
No, man. You probably stepped away and had to take care of some family stuff, man. You know,
exactly. You
came back and we had already discussed it. That's all good. Yeah, you just beat Louisville, and Rhode Island just beat St. Louis.
Yeah.
Talk about good teams, man. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be a fun tournament, and like I was saying earlier, man, I do not think all 4 number 1 seeds are going. Whoever those number 1 seeds will be, who knows? A lot can change.
Oh, you want an ESPN stat?
Oh no,
you want to do an ESPN stat? If that Nebraska-Iowa game ends right now, it will end in a tie, and we won't know who's going to go into the. We don't know how to. We're not going to know how to filter that game. If it ends right now, it's going to be a tie.
The next gen stats.
That next gen.
Nah, and we're gonna let's talk a little bit about the NBA now that we had talked about how the development is with the players and stuff. So they had their All-Star weekend. We have talked a lot about how the All-Star weekend, in particular,
that dunk contest was garbage. I'm not even going to say garbage because that's classy garbage in my term. Garbage is classy garbage. I'm not even doing that. That crap was, dude. The dude that I don't even know his name, but I laughed. I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed.
No, I heard
all of the missed dunks.
So I don't know, because I didn't watch any of it because of the garbageness it has been. Like, I didn't watch any of it. I didn't watch the 3-point contest. I mean, I at least watched
it on TikTok.
I at least watched the 3-point contest, if anything. I know the game has been pretty trash. Apparently, the players played hard or harder this time around in the USA versus the world competition. So I guess the product was a little bit better considering the All-Star game. But the dunk contest, I just remember the dunk contest, that was the thing back in the day. You wanted to see that no matter what. That was the premier event in the All-Star game. And now, you were talking about the dunk contest now. I heard some dude almost ended his life because he fell so much.
Yeah. He tried to do a dunk and he hit the side of the backboard. And I'm like, you can't miss it that bad, bro. like you don't miss it that bad. But, bro, he hit it, boom, and then his feet kept going. His upper body stopped, and he went flat back right on his back, bro. And I'm sorry, but like, I got a dark sense of humor. I laughed, and laughed. And you know the reason why I laughed? Because you can't be that stupid. Nobody's that stupid. You did that for clicks. I know it. You wanted to build your social media. Who was it? I gotta know who it was. Who? You know what? I gotta look it up.
You have a dark sense of humor, really?
I do. I do. We should, dude. We gotta send a link to the best TikTok ever.
Which one
Remember which one it is?
Not
at the girl dance on stage.
Yeah, I don't remember the handle. I don't, but
yeah. He goes, bro, syndrome is down, but his freak is up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it's the best TikTok ever. That's the best TikTok ever.
Well, yeah, the All-Star weekend definitely needs some help. But here's the thing. Adam Silver, the commissioner, can make any adjustment he wants to. They can talk about all these changes they want to. But until the players actually decide they're going to take it serious, then you're going to continue to get the same bad product you've been getting. Yep. It's, to me, really that's what it boils down to. If the players can't be the ones complaining about it, but they're the main reason why the product is that bad. The players can't sit here and talk about a lot of 3-pointers being shot when they're the ones shooting 3-pointers.
Yeah. Nobody's telling you to shoot the 3-pointers. You decide to pull up from half court, and that's what you do. Come on.
And look, Patrick, just because you can hit a 3-pointer, that does not make
you a 3-point shooter.
Just saying, because these people will stay back there. There's some people who are there. I'd say probably 70% of the players who will stay back there, like just camp out. Just camp out behind the 3-point lane, talking about, yo, I'm open. Well, you're open because they know you're going to miss. And
no, they're open because they're over there cherry picking. They cherry picking on the opposite side, right? Because they're like, hey, don't cross half court. Don't cross half court. Pass me, I'm open. And then they airball it like LeBron did a couple weeks back.
Aaron says Adam Silver is a big mouth Billy Bass, and he refuses to understand sports science, the impacts on their body, the travel schedule. Shame on Silver for losing number 1 of the Big Four commission rankings. So for me, Aaron, so I always felt like, all right, none of the 4 commissioners are great.
No, at all.
But I always just felt Roger Goodell is the number 1 commissioner because he makes the most money for the owners. And so, like, I don't know if that is a metric in what exactly the rankings would be, but I guess with Adam Silver, so Adam Silver has probably been, I'll give this to Adam Silver. He's probably been the most player-friendly commissioner out of the 4. I mean, we're going to talk about MLB here in a little bit, Patrick. They got a really, really nasty labor battle on their hands. And you know what, Aaron? We had just talked about Jerry Jones.
We did, and nobody's worse than Jerry Jones, bro.
No.
Nobody.
Like I said, man, none of the 4 commissioners to me are good, Aaron. So can we put that caveat on it? Aaron hit me up. All I can do is laugh at that one.
Yeah, dude, Jerry Jones is the worst, bro.
Jerry Jones is awful.
He's the worst.
Because, so, yeah, I mean, I just felt because he is the one. The NFL, we talk about their figures. They're a $20 billion per year industry now. And Roger Goodell is going to keep that job because he's just making so much money for the rest of these owners, basically. And he works for the owners anyway. And it's the same with all these commissioners. They work for the owners. And Adam Silver, I think the biggest thing with him, he's probably been the most player-friendly one. So if it does come to things like labor negotiations and you get these ridiculous TV contracts, the players are going to see a big part of it because that means, well, and in the NBA, you don't really have a salary cap per se. So you are pretty.
Well, you don't really have a salary cap in any league anymore.
Except for the NFL, really.
And they don't even give a crap about that.
Really,
they'll just pay the luxury tax and move on.
Yeah, and that's what the NBA does. I mean, because they will. I remember the Warriors got hit pretty hard with luxury taxes, but yeah, I just the players. They have to take things seriously in turn. And this isn't to say the players aren't putting in work. I don't want to say the players aren't putting the work in to be up there. Obviously, you're doing something right if you are in the NBA. But it just seems there is a lot of, well, I made it to the NBA. I'm good. And so the work doesn't really seem to be there, because the product is bad. No one plays defense anymore, really. And when you get to things like the All-Star weekend, again, the players have to take that seriously, because that is the weekend right there. I get what the playoffs are about. I get what some of these games that come on in at the end of the regular season, I get what those are about. But that All-Star weekend is the weekend where you are going to see all of the best players, or all the players that are popular, in a one spot. And come into these events, whether it's the dunk contest, whether it's the 3-point contest, the All-Star game itself, they want to see the best give a damn. I don't think the players are asking for them to dive on the floor for loose balls necessarily, or to go into the fifth row trying to save a ball from going out of bounds. But can we at least
play defense?
Yeah, can we at least show a little bit?
What was the score to the All-Star game? Like 360 to 350?
No, so there's a new format. And so I guess because they did this whole USA versus the world, kind of like what happened with hockey had the 4 nations, and that was a big success for them for their All-Star weekend. And now, of course, right now they're in the Olympics. But it was the USA versus the world. You had the young US team. I think you had the old head US team, and then you had the world. And it was 3 12-minute games, I guess. And there was, it was a weird format that they put on. But I guess it made things a little bit fun. You had a couple of buzzer beaters. I think Kawhi Leonard hit a buzzer beater. I think De'Aaron Fox hit a buzzer beater as well. And then the young U.S. team won the whole thing. Anthony Edwards was your MVP. And now here comes all the talk about him being the MVP. Oh, is he the face of the league now? We need to stop with that too. That's ridiculous. Can we stop? But why is that such a big thing? To me, I don't understand why you have to have a face. It makes no sense. And it's just really in the basketball world. I know Jordan was that guy in the 90s. LeBron, you can't really say he dominated his own generation, because you have a guy in Steph Curry who has just as many rings as he does. So, I mean, look.
And has a couple more years on him that he could get another.
Hey, don't get mad at me, LeBron lovers. I'm just sitting here. I'm just pointing out the facts. That's it. And so I'm just saying it's hard to be the GOAT when it's really a question if you were really the GOAT of your generation like that. Not when you change the game.
Even then, here's the next question: is like he won all of his rings with what, 3 different teams? Curry won all of his with the same team, just like Jordan did, just like Kobe did. I'm just saying, it's like he's not even the face of his own generation, because my personal opinion, I give it to Curry because of many different factors. I mean, look, he's not gonna get the scoring championship like LeBron. Nobody is more of a bigger ball hog than LeBron is, right? And even then, I say that he still doesn't. He's a ball hog and still doesn't want the ball in the final shot.
Well, Curry.
Well, I'll tell you, it don't matter how wide open you are. If it's a fast break and it's 2-on-1 and he's guarding LeBron, LeBron wants you to give him the ball.
Well, Curry changed the way the game was played, and so that is like, to me, if you
can do that,
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, the NBA needs to figure out some things, and to me, it starts with the players. The players need to go out there. He said,
"I told you it was coming. I told you it was coming." When I messed up that name, and I'm not telling you who it was, Aaron, either. No, my GOAT is Russell Williamson, #1 in every sport.
So, before we head on out, Patrick, it's been a few minutes on the MLB, because you had the MLB PA executive director step down. Mm-hmm. And apparently he stepped down because they were investigating an improper relationship with his sister-in-law. Is that what I'm seeing, right? Yes, it is. This is according to a Yahoo Sports article that he did. Like, Dude, really? What are we doing? What are we doing? And then at this time, where again labor negotiations are about to be brutal in MLB, because that whole salary cap thing, that is going to be contentious.
Oh yeah.
Did he say? Aaron said, "Oh no, he went full Sharon Moore and Bobby Petrino." You remember Bobby Petrino when he showed up there with that fake neck brace?
I do remember it now that you said it.
I could never forget that. I will never unsee that. This dude came up here. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so messed up." And they're like, "Oh no, homie. So what? You was on a motorcycle because you were out here to catch a side piece, and you wrecked." So bad.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I forgot all about that until that came up. I'm like, wow, yeah.
I will never unsee that. The dude had a press conference standing up there. He had the neck brace on and everything. Like, oh man, you know. I'm all messed up. They're like, no, you tried to go see.
You ain't messed up if you tell people you're messed up. That's like it's like remember when you're young and everybody be like, man, they'd have one beer and it was like a Miller Lite, dude. Oh man, I'm so messed up right now. Yeah, right, bro. You drank a half a beer. Come on now, stop. That was Petrino, dude. I'm so messed up right now.
Aaron said he went full Sharon Moore. Oh, he went Sharon Moore too. And what? Oh man, Sharon Moore. Yeah, he went in. Yo, he was so upset. I mean, my dude allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
My dude allegedly showed up at old girl's house. Like, I'm gonna make you see me off myself. What? What? Over that? Like what? Why? Why would you throw everything away like that? I don't know. I don't understand. There needs to be a conversation. Maybe that's another show.
All that comes out only because he lost to Ohio State. That's it.
Maybe that's another show that we need to look at. Like, look, is being on that chase worth throwing it all away? Like, dude, look, hey, Patrick, we in the offseason in football, yo. Look, we got a bunch of topics we can start to cover.
Oh yeah, especially that one. I mean, it wasn't worth. Look, and you can go, you can just throw a dart at anybody. I mean, Urban Meyer. Do we have to have a show about all the different scandals, and then we can just do it on just different organizations, our foremost corrupt ones? Bro, dude, you get me started on the IRS, and that is it. Like that is I can do that show for the next. Dude, look, I'll tell you what. Let's start that show. Give me sweet tea and gummy worms, and we'll just make it an all-nighter on the IRS.
We're gonna do a marathon. Let's go. Yo, that's a damn good idea, Patrick. Marathon, both of us.
Marathon.
Yes.
So marathon. Who y'all ranting on today? IRS. But didn't y'all rant on them last week? Oh, dude, we're 7 days in. We're still going. I can rant on the IRS for months. Months.
So the NCAA, FIFA, they about to bring their World Cup here. So
oh god, that's gonna be so toxic.
We got all
just for the drama. I don't even like drama in my life.
Me either, but man, Patrick, we in the off season for football. Oh, dude, yeah, we could go. We could turn into trash TV.
We could.
Nah, we won't turn into trash TV. But if some scandals
start on the IRS, we'll borderline it.
If some scandals come on up, oh boy.
Well, dude, it's the government, dude. Come on, everything's a scandal in the government.
Well, y'all,
dude, you know me. I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Well, y'all.
Top tier conspiracy theorists.
Well, y'all, that will conclude. Well, before we get on out, so Patrick, what is coming up for Pro Epic?
Well, hopefully the IRS doesn't take all my money one day. No, I'm just playing. No, we just got started on season 4, and we are still trying to get a couple of things solidified for the Boom Boom Room to do our Blitzball challenge down there. But yeah, get on season 4, man. It's dude. Bradley's beating my butt.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bradley's phenomenal. I've seen them episodes.
Bradley be putting me, dude. I don't even know. I'm like, dude, did you see the crossbar? Did you see the crossbar challenge? All right, I missed the crossbar by this much, and I would have won. And then I had everything set up. I had it all laid out for me, all of it. All I had to do is take the dodgeball, and I have to hit it. That's it. All I need is 1 point, and I win. And that ball goes, and I was like, I blew it. I freaking blew it.
You hit the one where y'all throwing the football at the light pole. Yeah, I saw. So the last one you threw, I could see. I was like, oh, he held it just a little bit too long, and he yanked it to the left. And Brantley, he threw it just. It was just a nice toss, but he released it right. And
he released it at the right point. As soon as it came out of his hand, you heard me. No way.
Yeah, he said, "Let's go." He said, "Let's go."
I was a little upset about that. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, man, look. So I can tell you from looking at some of the clips from Pro Epic that it is really funny just watching the interactions between Patrick and Brantley. His other son Easton is doing the camera work.
He's the cameraman.
Yeah,
and he's always got something to chime in to say.
Yes,
always. Have you noticed? And it's just like, seriously, like that's when you're gonna say it. We did a crossbar challenge in season 3, and Brantley threw the crossbar. Dude, we were throwing the ball from like 20 yards out, and he hit the crossbar 3 times in a row. I mean, just pop. And I was like, what do I say to that? Hit it 3 times in a row. I'm like, I'm not gonna win if he's doing that.
Dude, Brantley he's doing his thing in these games.
Yeah, and doing his thing. And to be honest with you, like I'm gonna be straight up with everybody when you do watch it. I'm not holding back on the kid. I promise you, I'm not. He's just beating me. I'm not holding back. I want to beat him so bad. I think that's where I'm messing up, is because I just want it so bad. And he's just performing, and I'm not. I'm buckling under the pressure.
So look, if you want to continue seeing Patrick buckle under the pressure, we continue to watch these Pro Epic things and the footage and the reels and the Monday motivation. He has a lot of good stuff that is on there. So yes, if you can, go ahead and check it out. Other than that, that will conclude this edition of the Bofa Sports webcast, and that is what we are breathing on for this evening. Y'all make sure y'all visit the Bofa Sports YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and follow the Bofa Sports Facebook page. So yes, look out for probably some more specialized shows. Since we are in the off season of football, then that will give us a little bit of time to talk about some of these things. And yes, it could get pretty gross with the scandals, but that's okay. It's all right. We'll make it work. And so look out for some of those more specialized shows. And of course, we'll have a few interviews that are coming up throughout these months leading up into the fall season for football. So be on the lookout for everything. And again, we appreciate everybody who is watching. Aaron, once again, thanks for tuning on in and bringing the energy like you always do. And for everybody else, we hope you have a great rest of the week. Enjoy the college basketball games and take it easy.
And go Dogs.